On 17 May, Part 4 students of Diploma Science AS120 went to a field trip for an Introduction to Ecology assessment. The objective of this trip is to study the conservation of wildlife in Malaysia by the government organisation known as Jabatan Perlindungan Hidupan Liar dan Taman Negara or Perhilitan. For this trip, we went to two different locations, Perhilitan Biodiversity Institute and the National Elephant Conservation Centre located in Lancang, Pahang.
So, for our first destination is Biodiversity Institute of Wildlife Department at Lancang, Pahang. To begin with, we should know the objective of Wildlife Department of Malaysia, which is Perhilitan. So, for the first objective is to strengthening wildlife conservation programs. Next, which is to maintain integrity of protected areas. Then to raising public awareness and knowledge about wildlife. And last objective is to generating economic value through conservation. Here, there are several activities done by us. Firstly, all of us are gathered to hear a talk from Wildlife Department which about endangered species. For example, the Malayan tiger, which is our national animal. They also explain about the role of Wildlife Department and giving information about law enforcement for protecting wildlife in Malaysia. Lastly, there are Q&A session at the end of the talk with the wildlife representative where we can ask more about the wildlife and their habitats in Malaysia, which could deepen our knowledge about them. Our next activity is we visit the preserved animal exhibition, or called as trophy. There are many types of preserved animal exhibited there, like various species of insects, mammals, birds and reptiles. From the animal trophy exhibition, we could learn about animal taxonomy and giving a spark to learn more about them.
Kuala Gandah National Elephant Conservation Centre, also known as Kuala Gandah Elephant Sanctuary, was originally set up to address human-elephant conflict in peninsular Malaysia. The centre was officially established by the Department of Wildlife and National Parks in 1989 as the main hub for education effort, providing shelter for orphan elephants and a control centre for operation. Other than that, through on-site visitor programs, including documentaries, observation sessions, bathing and feeding demonstrations, the centre educates the public on elephant conservation and habitat issues. Since its establishment, over 400 wild elephant has been spotted, captured and successfully relocated into protected habitats. Kuala Gandah Conservation Centre plays an important role in our country's biodiversity as it provides sanctuary, medical care and rehabilitation for injured, orphaned or displaced elephants. Next, the conservation also helps balance ecosystem health by preserving a keystone species that plays a vital role in forest ecology. It also reduces human-wildlife conflict, which is as critical as forests are converted into plantation or settlements. And last but not least, the Conservation Centre educates visitors and school groups about the importance of elephant conservation, threats they face and the role humans play. The Kuala Gandah National Elephant Conservation Centre offers a variety of activities aimed at educating visitors, supporting elephant conservation, and providing interactive experiences. Here are the main activities held at the centre. The first one is elephant observation and interaction. Visitors can observe rescued elephant, in a semi-natural environment. They can interact with the elephants by activities such as feeding elephant with fruits. Other than that is observing the elephant's bathing session guided by the mahouts. Lastly, the visitors were shown some demonstration of how elephants are cared for, including veterinary checkups or feeding routines. This session sometimes include showcasing how mahouts work with elephants. The visitors are given viewing platforms and safe paths to observe elephants without disturbing them.
During our field trip, we learned a lot about the challenges faced by wildlife in Malaysia, especially the Malayan tiger or its specific name Panthera tigris jacksoni, and Asian elephant or specific name Elephas maximus. One of the biggest problems is habitat loss. Forests are being cleared for development, agriculture and plantation, and that destroy the natural home of these animals. Tigers need large areas to hunt and roam, and elephants move in herd over a long distance. When their space gets smaller, it leads to more conflict between animal and humans. We also learned that poaching is still happening. Tigers are hunted illegally for their body parts, and elephants are target for ivory or sometimes capture for tourism. These activities are pushing them closer to extinction. We talk about the importance of wildlife, especially these two species. Tigers are top predators, which means they help control the populations of other animals and keep the balance in the food chain. Elephants are known as ecosystem engineers because they help spread seeds and shape the forest. Without them, the whole environment can be affected. There are conservation efforts being done in Malaysia to protect them. We learn about protected area like Taman Negara and Belum Temanggu, where tigers and elephants are still found. Some organizations are building wildlife corridors which connect different forest areas to animals can move safely. Anti-poaching patrols and public awareness programs are also really important in helping to save these species. Talking about this made us realize that importance of conservation is not just about saving few animals. It's about protecting our forests, our air, and the balance of nature. When we conserve wildlife, we also helping the planet. And finally, we thought about the effect on future generations. If we don't act now, kids in the future might grow up in a world where Malayan tigers and elephants no longer exist in the wild. That will be a huge loss, not just for Malaysia, but for the whole world. But if we continue with strong conservation efforts, there is still hope. This trip really opened our eyes, and it made us realize how much responsibility we have to protect our wildlife. In conclusion, wildlife conservation in Malaysia is crucial to protect the rich biodiversity that makes this country so unique. Every effort to save endangered species is a step towards preserving the delicate balance of our ecosystem. By raising awareness and encouraging more people to take part, whether through education, volunteering, or responsible choices, we can all contribute to this vital cause. Together, we can ensure that future generations inherit a world where these incredible species can still roam free, thriving in the wild.